Well, it's 73 degrees in in November, but we are live here on the Upper Method Field in Raleigh, North Carolina for some rivalry rugby. The North Carolina Tar Heels travel over to Raleigh, North Carolina to take on the NC State Wolfpack in a rugby match. Nick Perazzi here with Ben Johnson. Ben, last year NC State won this game pretty handedly. You're in the final game of the season for both teams. What kind of should we be expecting here tonight?
So tonight we're going to be looking at a good rivalry. UNC's got a chip on their shoulder from last year. Should be a good physical game tonight.
And we're just ready to get underway. Kickoff set for just 3 minutes from now. I do want to go through the rosters for both teams. First with the visiting UNC Tar Heels. Number 1 is Arya Pradhan. Number 2, James McLaughlin. 3, Wilson Major. Jerron White is number 4. Parker Hudson, number 6. Number 7, Caleb Budd. Number 8, Justice Lawson. Number 9, William Vance. Number 10, Ethan West. Number 11, Tahir Kona. Number 12, Benji Garland. Number 13, Finn McConaughey. Number 14, Isaiah Palmer. Number 15, Daniel Zawalich. Number 16, Evan Gabaldon. And this will start the reserves. Sam Younger wears number 17. Number 18, Luke Guest. Number 21, Drew Bloom. 22, Charles Witt. 23, Mason Sanford. 24, Jacob Mandel. 25, Truman Austin. And number 26, Matthew Piner. We get set for kickoff. Quick look at NC State. Number 1, Landon Gray. Number 2, Dakota Gray. Number 3 is Harb. Number 4, Charlie Howard. 5, Ben Hennenkamp. Number 6, Ben Scudder. Number 7, Jeff Sitlow. Number 8, Anton Dupont. Number 9, Damian Pisecki. Number 10, Mateo Kaznav. Number 11, Zach Pifo. Number 12, Charlie Whitaker. Number 13, Sean McGowan. Number 14, John Scorgiolis. Number 15, Steve Thompson. Number 16, Max Van Dussel. Number 17, John Maxson. Number 18, Jonah Edwards. 19, Jack Benton. 20, Sean O'Donohue. 21, Chase Gall. 22, Trevor Hilbrum. And 23, Nathan Sanders. As we get set for kickoff, as the official gets everybody rounded up, and we should be in for a great night of rugby to end this season.
Well, it's a great night for rugby. It's going to be a great game as we get ready for kickoff here. Looks like and we should be getting underway.
So when we count up to 40, kicking it away is Mateo Kaznav, and we are underway here in Raleigh. And a quick takedown for the Wolfpack. And an immediate ruck. UNC able to break out of it. Goes right to... And another quick ruck. NC State pushing UNC back. They try to kick it deep. And now NC State will have possession for the first time today. Ooh. Not the greatest pass. A lot of UNC fans making the trip over here. A lot of alumni as the Tar Heels start on the offense. They battle for it, and we'll have a stoppage for a penalty, and it's against NC State. So a good start for UNC.
We're looking good. It looks like we're going to get into a...
UNC ready to kick from the penalty. And, that ball might be stuck on the roof over there.
Still bouncing.
Yeah.
Don't think we're going to be seeing that back.
Yeah, I don't know how long it's going to take to get that ball back, but we shall see. Not the best vantage point here. There's nothing really we can stand on, and we're kind of shaded to the opposite end of where play is now, quite literally the opposite diagonal from it. So it will be a little difficult to shout out numbers and players from way back here, but we will try our best as a line out, and UNC is able to win it. They're going to go quickly deep to the left side. It's Benji Garland as they go down to the ground for it. On the ruck, very physical. Ooh. And another NC State penalty. They came a little too far off on that ruck. And UNC's got a good chance here early on once again. And we might have an injured player on the ground for the Tar Heels, and looks like we'll have a stoppage. Can't quite see who that is, but at the bottom of that ruck is where that injury occurred.
UNC's looking good. They've been moving it down the field. Been a good offensive run here from them. We'll see what happens with this player down.
Hopefully he's all right. Not a good sign to have an injury this early on into the match, and hope he is all right. Again, don't know exactly who it is.
He's sitting up here, which is a good sign.
That is a very good sign there, Ben. But early on, though, NC State, obviously they kicked things off. UNC got possession, able to get it back after UNC kicked out of their own end, but it was a really good idea for UNC. Once they kicked it back to NC State, they got things set up defensively, forced a turnover. NC State took penalty. They just took another one there on the last ruck. And UNC has a chance again to start things off from the penalty, so good chance, and thankfully back to their feet. Looks like it's Luke Guest. And be coming off.
Luke being escorted off the field.
Excuse me, that looks like Ethan West. My apologies. Ethan playing the fly half tonight. Sophomore from Brighton, UK. He went to Brighton College over there across the pond. And Ethan has played in 6 matches so far, and he has 5 tries, which is
5 tries and 11 conversions.
Yeah, and that leads the team in terms of tries. So a big loss for UNC. Hopefully he's able to come back in. And looks like we're set to get things back underway.
We'll see how all the players respond to this. Big hit for UNC, like Nick was saying. We'll see if NC State can capitalize on this, and we'll hope to see Ethan in future games.
Still stopped here. It looks like we should be all set. UNC gets a reserve on. Can't tell who it is. Their numbers don't really pop off the jerseys too well at all. It's very difficult, especially for number 6, number 9, number 8. They all look very similar.
Yeah, number 3 in there too.
Yep. Sensei Tier Conut, though, his number 11's popping off very nicely. UNC's gonna might try to score here off the kick. And this one is wide right, and NC State's gonna let it go through the back. And NC State will try to get things going on the offensive end. Hasn't been pretty so far.
NC State's getting set up.
Yeah, and they'll kick it back off. And UNC will start the offensive attack again. Running straight down the right wing, Isaiah Palmer. And taken down. UNC will try to get the ball back from the ruck. Got to play it with your feet. Good job by NC State, and they come away with it, actually. Taken back down on the far side. They're able to break out of that. UNC doing a good job, though, keeping NC State back. And the Tar Heels come back up with it. And just a lot of tackles being made, not a lot of space over there. Be interested to see whoever comes up with this possession next, probably going to try to break it out. Big tackle there.
Whew.
And they still fight for it. Ball pops out. And
looks like UNC had possession.
Yeah, UNC had it. Looked like NC State tried to kick it forward. NC State maybe wanted a penalty there, and then kicking it down the field. Benji Garland. And NC State will have to break back out again. A broken tackle there now on the left side, running through a man before he gets taken down. NC State's numbers might be even harder than UNC's to see, I'll tell you that. Do apologize if we get any numbers or names mixed up. As NC State will break it out. They work back to the near side. Taken down, he lost the ball, and UNC will now have it. And UNC will start the offense attack once more. Running right on through several players, taking some down. I believe that was James McLaughlin. The ball comes out, but we have a whistle. And NC State's going to have another penalty against them.
UNC has really been controlling the ball this game. Been a lot of tackles in that corner away from us. Not a whole lot of movement of the ball.
Well, it looks like we might have a scrum here to start it off, and we will.
Looks like we will.
And big scrum for it.
Looks like we're getting set back up for another one of those.
And UNC will have possession. Believe that's William Vance. He is the scrum half. He'll be putting this ball into the scrum.
We'll see who gets possession here. Could be big.
Rolls underneath. It's loose, and I believe the Tar Heels are going to come away with it. Whistle. And UNC's got it. NC State has to retreat. UNC's doing a much better job than last year in terms of possession as well. In that game, they didn't really hold a lot of possession time, but early on here, they are dominating. Question is, can they just get close to the try zone?
And that ball is out of play.
And we'll be right back for NC State.
Looks like we're going to have a line out here, maybe.
Yeah, it's going to be a line out for, I can't exactly see, assuming it's for NC State though. There's a lot of fans here, and well, our positioning not the greatest where we are. It's a line out for UNC, and it's going to be fielded nicely after it skipped over everybody. Long run, I believe it was Aria Pradhan, the forward.
UNC is maintaining possession, working down the field.
UNC getting close to that try zone now. And a whistle. And
against NC State again.
Another penalty against NC State.
Those penalties, they're really adding up.
So good opportunity here. And looks like Benji Garland will play it. UNC fighting to get close to that try zone. Knocking on the door. Works back to the other side. And way back. Now it's Garland. He pitches it across. They work to the weak side. Good opportunity for UNC. Just a little too slow, though. More of a great defensive play by NC State to get over there. As they fight for it on the far side. And another whistle.
Another whistle.
And it looks like this one's going to be on the Tar Heels. They'll have to get back on side, and NC State could try to break out. Just on their heels all game, Ben. Just can't get out of their own end and get possession and maintain it.
We'll see what NC State does here. They've got the ball. Kicking it far upfield.
And that's out of bounds.
UNC really just maintaining possession and control over the ball. Really just working it down the field, or getting those penalties on NC State.
And something UNC worked on before the game, Ben, is they were really practicing those rucks as well as those scrums, and they had pretty much set plays out of them. And NC State, getting very physical in those rucks, trying to take the ball away from there, win those rucks. It's just not working well. They win the line out, And they try to break it out of their defensive end. They're going to kick it deep. And it's going to be a pretty long play to go field it back there. It was Isaiah Palmer, still with it now, throws a nice stiff arm. He'll throw it on back, and UNC looks to break it back out. They'll kick it deep.
Whew.
And now NC State back with it. Field pretty crowded in the middle, working back towards the middle. And we'll have a ruck, but UNC's all over that. Bodies being thrown back down to the ground. Got to play it out. And we have a whistle. Don't know if that was played out immediately. And it was not. UNC's got it. Got to play it. One second you go down on the ground, you have to give up the ball. And right there, NC State just did not do that. And once again, UNC's got the ball after the penalty.
Once again, getting the penalty on NC State, getting possession of the ball. We've certainly played most of the game in NC State's defensive zone here.
That ball is going out of bounds. UNC wants to play that line out.
Watch your heads.
Nope. About 12 minutes down. Still scoreless here at Method Fields at NC State University. And I'll say we're at NC State University. The Tar Heels have come out in full force tonight. Umpire will get things set up for this line out. Right along the NC State bench. NC State does a good job to deflect it, but UNC able to get it right back, right on the sideline. The NC State fans making noise now. They have a good defensive play. And we'll have a stoppage here.
View's a little impaired here. You'll have to forgive us if we can't get names of players. It looks like we're going to have a scrum here in a couple seconds. We'll see what happens here. UNC, I think, got possession after the last one, so we'll see if NC State's able to turn that around or if UNC keeps it up.
Second scrum of the game. North Carolina won the first. And they're also able to start it out. It's William Vance, the senior, also from Chapel Hill, former club member of the Chapel Hill Highlanders. Good scrum here. Advantage being given. It's back to UNC. They win it out. And who else but Highlander to get it? He'll kick it deep. NC State back near the try zone has to come back out. They'll kick it back deep the other way. And could it fully be hangled there? That was Isaiah Palmer, or excuse me, Tahir Conant. That one's back deep. Just a field position battle right now. And a whistle. Looks like someone might have been offsides.
We have another whistle here. Ref is talking to UNC number 12. That's Benji Garland.
Still scoreless here. And looks like we might have a scrum right near that try zone. NC State, Ben, I don't believe all game they've crossed midfield. They have struggled to break it out of their own end. UNC's dominating on the offensive end. NC State's done a good job defensively. You know, they're bending but not breaking. But sooner or later, UNC's going to find an opportunity, find a weakness in that NC State defense as we go underneath for the scrum. Big battle for it, and it looks like the Heels have it. It goes into a ruck. Tossed away out to the far side. A nice fake going towards the try zone. UNC's there once again. Another ruck. UNC trying to get a set play out of it. And a big tackle made on the far side. And they still fight for it. And looks like NC State's going to get it off a penalty.
Like you were saying, Nick, we're seeing a lot of aggression from UNC, but NC State has not let any points yet. There have been still no scores. NC State's just keeping up that defense. Well, UNC's keeping up that offense. We're certainly seeing a good game here. UNC is coming off of that loss last year. They got a grudge, and they're coming back and they're fighting for it.
And both teams this season, not the seasons they were hoping for record-wise. UNC's dropped a few of their last couple games. NC State, a couple as well, but something to look at. You know, both teams played ECU. NC State beat them twice. UNC lost to them once. However, through the first 15 minutes of this game, you would not expect that, as NC State on the line out wins it cleanly, and they will try to set up again. But look at UNC's defensive positioning, just all ready for it. Just can't break through that line. It goes into a ruck. NC State able to get it out from there, and neatly another takedown. And a big tackle. What a tackle.
It's a big hit. We'll see.
That was Finn McConaughey, I believe, from the first year from Los Angeles. UNC fighting to win that.
NC State defensively has really been, it's really been there. UNC's got far downfield, but still with no points. We'll see. The down player still on the field.
Well, one thing to note is while our stream went down, we also lost our clock, and they're only keeping time on the field. They do have a scoreboard here at Method. They're not using it, though, to our disadvantage, and many of the fans here are very good at showing from both respective clubs. And looks like the injured Tar Heels able to get back to their feet. That's a good sign.
It looks like that was Arya Pradhan. He's a first year, new to UNC this year. Looks like he's getting himself off the field, and we've got someone coming in as a reserve here.
Yeah, the RG Kell alum down there by my hometown, and just outside. Well, RG Kell technically in Charlotte, me being from just outside Charlotte, but looks like we're all set to play again. Don't really have an idea on the clock, although we should be getting very close to the end of this half. Just 7-0 NC State on top of UNC. As we have the line out, NC State able to win cleanly. Not really much of a contest from the Heels as it goes into a big ruck. Taking a while, and NC State comes away with it. This is that set play we were mentioning about. Taken down. Wolfpack able to win that ruck with ease. And just carrying people all the way in. And that's going to be a knock-on.
Oh, close to another try here.
And that's going to be the half. So as we said, well, it looked like umpire signaled into the half, but not quite. Or actually, it is going to be the end of the half. Excuse me. Couldn't really see. One of the linesmen got in the way, but NC State nearly goes up by 12, at least at the end there. Just running through several bodies, but that will be it for the first half. It's 7-0 NC State on top of UNC.
We've been seeing so far this game, NC State, with some good forward movement. And those first few minutes were a little scary for NC State. UNC was really pushing downfield, but they did not let any points in, and NC State has really been coming back from that, scoring that point, or that try and that conversion, and just been a really commanding force in the offensive zone since then.
Yeah, and all momentum kind of shift once NC State finally got possession back. They got it for a little bit while we were down. Big hit. UNC came back the other way, came close to a try themselves, but NC State able to win that ball back, and UNC has not been able to get it back since then. We're going to take a little bit of a break here at the half. It's 7-0 NC State on top of the Heels.
And we'll be back.
Yeah, they didn't do it, because they would have to do the try.
Yeah, they would have had to kick for the lead. But see, I got awarded a penalty for the try once because I got my penalty right there. So, like, I don't know, it's fair, but if you said that, like, he knocked it off, that's gonna be... No, that's gonna be suspended. They're gonna give you the try and yeah.
Sign my scar! This is your cleat mark right here!
No, I think they would have... Yeah. Okay, yeah. No, it's okay. Yeah,
Yeah, you're good. Just you just gotta. It's just gotta get used to it. I'm used to me as well. Otherwise, then.
Sorry, I stepped on you. Terrible shit. My 19-year-old girlfriend should be going in. Made it out. Yeah. First rugby done. When it comes to UNC and all, the main event right here. Made it that. Hey, you got Charlie right there.
I think we're about to see
I don't do anything. I'm talking to you. We should have more. Tries 5. So no.
Well, we are set for kickoff for the second half here at Method Fields. Again, we do apologize for any technical difficulties that we have. The facility that we're using here is not really suited for live broadcasting, to say the least. A lot of internet problems that the facility is giving us. No, just all sorts of problems. But we are set to kick off a fresh 40 as we count up. And we're set to be on our way. 7-0 NC State. They can't win it off the kickoff, though. They lose it, and UNC's going to get it as the Tar Heel fans and faithful and several alum of the UNC Rugby Club try to get them going. But NC State wins it back, but they drop it again, and that's going to be a knock-on. NC State right now just looks a little flustered, man, coming out of halftime.
UNC coming out strong after halftime. We're seeing strong plays here. NC State looking a little flustered, like Nick said. We'll see how this continues. If UNC can keep this momentum up, that could be really good for them.
We get set for the scrum. At one time where we were a little iffy on a scrum, and injured Tar Heel walking on the far try zone. After scrum, NC State pushing UNC back to win that back. Wow. And now they work. Running hard down the sideline. Mateo Kaznev kicks it forward. And on the far side, UNC is able to get it back. They still work down there. And UNC trying to get out. Avoid another try for NC State. And a whistle. And it's on the heels. And NC State gets the try.
NC State fans coming out in force here. We're hearing them loud and proud after that try for NC State.
Well, they look flustered right off the kick. Lost the ball, won it back on a scrum, and then Mateo Kaznev just brought it down the left side And then they finish it off with a try, and we'll have the kick for 2 coming up. And it looks like it actually might have been Mateo Kaznav with the score. Well, he will get the ball teed up. We're up to 12-0 NC State on top of UNC.
Getting ready for this conversion here.
Kaznav will try to make this a 14-0 advantage.
He's teed up. We'll see how this happens.
And Kaznav hooked it right. And so we will stay at 12-0 in favor of NC State.
12-0 for NC State. What a way to have this second half start. NC State looking flustered at first with a couple drops and fumbles, but taking that right into scoring. That try downfield. Looks like UNC will start back with possession.
Not a great start, though, for NC State. UNC will have to kick it back off. Very short kick and deflected. NC State will get it, though. It's deflected forward by Justice Lawson. And NC State, a little awkward off that scrum, but we have a stoppage. Looked like someone pushed off there. And we'll get things restarted with the scrum.
We'll see what happened off this. We'll see what happens off this scrum here. Last one is what led NC State to their try that they made just then. We'll see if they can repeat that. We saw some strong pushing. We'll see if that happens again.
Yeah, the strength for NC State just out physicaled UNC on that last scrum, as all the forwards will get down.
We'll see if UNC can turn this into their own opportunity here.
It's Charlie Howard to start things off for the scrum, or excuse me, Damian Pisecki. And UNC's able to get it. They play quickly out of the scrum. It was a quick kick. And now here come the heels. Bowling down the sideline, thrown down hard, the reserve Mason Locke. As they fight for it in another ruck. It'll be UNC with it. NC State's got to get onside. And here come the heels. Big tackle there on Benji Garland. And a stoppage. And NC State's got to get back.
We'll see what happens here.
UNC trying to come back here. And it will be a kick.
A very exciting minute. Lots of tackles.
More likely just going to kick it straight out for the line out, and that's exactly what's done from Benji Garland. So UNC with a line out. They're about 8 or 9 meters from the try zone. They are knocking on the door.
They are in a good position here. We'll see if they can turn this into a try, but
James McLaughlin to throw it in the hooker. UNC gets set up on the line out. They win it cleanly. No contest from NC State. A hard push towards the try zone. And now scooped up. UNC off to the ruck. Inching closer. A lot of bodies there on the ruck. It's scooped up by the big man, the reserve. It's Matthew Piner, and he's out.
He's pushed out of
bounds right in front of us. Great defensive play from NC State. They go quickly through the middle. UNC, and they think they've scored. Referee on top of it. They're as close as you could get. A stand from NC State, and a try for the Heels. They're on the board.
What an electric minute we've had here. We've had some big hits. We saw number 23, that reserve, really coming out to play tonight.
Yeah, Mason Sanford did a great job getting them close. And then UNC played it through the middle.
Can't quite tell who scored that there. Scored that try, but we'll see the conversion.
Well, a great chance for UNC. No matter what, though, they're still only going to be down just one try in the conversion, even if they miss this. If they are able to get this, get the 2 points, they'll only be down a try. Well, here's the attempt. Trying to cut it to a 5-point game. NC State will rush. And no! Left upright. Linesman says it was no good. Wow, that's as close as it gets there.
That was number 9, William Vance, for UNC there.
I thought from here, Vance looked like he got it. But it will be 12-5 as, well, they try to throw the ball through. It hit a tree, hit the top of the fence, and then rolled back out. Well, second time's a charm, and it is. Threw it like a football. not quite that sport, but good chance though for UNC. Finally ably to break through the NC State defense. They got an opportunity here. They'll get the ball back from the kick. 12-5 here on PackTV. And a great chance, though, for UNC. They've got momentum right now, Ben. They've just got to get back down towards the try zone. And I think they can take their time. We've got about half an hour left of play. But you got to keep possession here, which is why I think they need to take their time. Because we've seen NC State, in this half specifically, use their speed and physicality to their advantage. And quickly breaking the other way. Maybe it's UNC using their speed and physicality. Excellent play by William Vance. Oh, they try to kick it. It's blocked by NC State. UNC needs to keep possession here. They'll kick it forward. A long kick. It's going to be a tough play to field by David Zalich, the fullback. He's still got it. Just taking bodies with them. They can't take him down. They try to get him out of bounds. He goes down. Inbounds. NC State on the ruck. Right in front of all the UNC fans. They have been causing a ruckus all night. Nothing wrong with that, though. Trying to get their boys fired up. UNC off the ruck. Waiting for UNC. Trying to catch some offsides. And running forward. Through a man. They'll go with the ruck again. And this one's going to be kicked forward by Mateo Kaznav. UNC fields it and immediately taken down. Good tackle there from NC State. UNC, though, trying to come back the other way. NC State will have to get back, get even with the ruck. And the heels break out. Big takedown. And ball squirts loose. Right to UNC, though. And running through a couple bodies, but we have a stoppage. And it looks like a UNC penalty. And UNC generating that momentum and physicality. Like we said before, they have momentum, just got to keep possession, able to win it back and bend them. They've looked really, really different after going down 12-0.
After going down 12-0 and getting their try, they've been really coming out here with that. We've been seeing a lot of big hits this game. We're seeing what the teams are setting up for here.
They made the point.
Looks like they're setting up for a scrum. And we'll see who's able to win this one. And see UNC winning the previous one.
And NC State's going to have to kick it away from a penalty. Well, had a little bit of a clarification. One of the linesmen said the 2-point try was no good. However, it's scored as good. So it is 12-7, not 12-5. As NC State will come the other way. A good pitch. And here come the Wolfpack grumbling and stumbling into the UNC end of the field. They go quickly out of the ruck, trying to work the left side. And they've got a good opportunity here. Just keep going down. We'll get a stop from the ruck. NC State will try to reset. And
Pushing
they work it out. Getting close to that try zone now. A lot of bodies in front of our sight line where we kind of can't see, so it's a little out of our view here. NC State very close to the try zone now. They've been scrumming at it recently, trying to break to the left corner, and just quite can't get in there. Can't really judge from this side of the field how close they are, but they're knocking on the door. Very similar to what UNC had on their first try.
Certainly looks very close to try here. We'll see if NC State can push through the UNC defense, or if the UNC defense can hold strong here.
A lot of bodies on that corner, and we have a stoppage. And NC's got to get this away cleanly, but they cannot. NC State just can't get quite in. Still fighting for it, and a try. NC State scores, and it's 17-7.
NC State really pushing their advantage when they can. Working far upfield, working fast. In this second half, we've seen one try from each team now. We'll see if NC State can make the conversion. Can't quite tell who scored that try, but we know it was NC State.
Yeah, again, we do apologize for the numbers. It's very hard to see our vantage point. We're like spectators, pretty much, and we're kind of shoved towards one of the try zones because of our equipment. Again, the facilities here do not work in the favor of live sports, which is why we've had so many issues today. And honestly, it's more of a miracle that we are actually able to have this live stream here. Just a lot of difficulties and road obstacles to get this up, as NC State will try to make this 19-7. It's Mateo Kaznav to take it. Made his first one, and this one is good.
And that's good for NC State.
And
They're going to be up here now.
19-7 your score, and we've played about 15 minutes. Again, there will be stoppage time, of course.
19
Any added time needed, but a 12-point advantage for NC State. And they'll get the ball back here.
UNC now down a try, 2 tries and a conversion. We'll see if they can push that.
This one's going to be fielded cleanly by Jeff Sillo. And take it down nicely there by Isaiah Palmer, the right wing for UNC. They go with the ruck. It's going to be fielded out by Damian Pisecki. And they'll break it out now. Going right through several bodies, lowering the shoulder. And another ruck. NC State able to get it back. And take it down immediately again. UNC might have got that, though. But they just quite couldn't. Just inching their way forward, NC State is. Just getting about a half a meter every tempo for every ruck. UNC's done a good job cornering them. Whoa. Taking up and driving back. What a play by UNC. And as NC State moves back, they move way back, and they're going to have to kick this out. And this ball will stay in bounds, and UNC will control possession. Now what can the Heels do with it? Pitched out, but NC State scoops it up. Not a great pitch there. They go at it again. NC State with possession with the ruck.
And on that play, being picked up was number 6 for NC State, Ben Scudder.
Well, they'll kick it back down. UNC will field it and control. Looks like they want to kick it as well, but they can't. NC State swarming over there and a good takedown.
Is NC State going to increase their lead here?
Well, they got to get possession first. And UNC maintains it for now, but this is where you got to be careful a lot of times, where you're knocking on the door once again. You've got momentum. You know, one just bad defensive play as UNC kicks it out. You get a little too aggressive, wanting to run up the score a little bit, and that could cause for a breakaway just like this. NC State with an easy try.
Wow.
The speed on the wing, they worked it out after the kick. I don't think UNC was prepared
Just
for
running.
that ball to get kicked over there, and it's 24-7, NC State on top.
11.
And it was Zach Pifo on that right side. And NC State is just piling it on now. A great half where it was just 7-0 at halftime. Now it's 24-7.
24-7. We'll see if they can make it 26-7. Just increasing their lead. Have about 20 minutes left of play after this.
Now we've played about 18 minutes, so almost halfway through. NC State will go for the try. They are perfect on the night, as Kaznov had the first 2 tries. Now this to make it 26-7.
Looks like Zach Pifo is setting up for this conversion, and
UNC will not get there to block, and this one is through.
it's through. NC State's bringing the score to 26-7. Now, I don't want to speak too soon, but they've got a big lead.
They do. They're piling it on a little bit here, but UNC can always respond. Of course, rugby a game. You score, you're going to get the ball back. And the way this game has gone, especially the first 20 minutes of this game, you can't count out the heels, even though they're down 19. This one's kicked deep, and NC State will control. And they'll actually kick it out.
And that ball goes right into the spectators. It looks like we'll have a line out right here.
Kaznav kicked it out. There'll be a line out for the heels. Right up against the fence. They have that fence there to protect the fans. And they have it from the 22-meter line to the other 22-meter line.
NC State is looking to repeat their win from last year.
Yeah, trying to make it back-to-back wins against UNC. Trying to make it a win here at home at Method Field.
UNC, we saw in the first 20 minutes, they have the aggression. We've seen their recent try. They have the speed, they have the power. We'll see what happens here.
Thrown in by McLaughlin and taken down immediately. UNC still with it. And a stoppage.
Looks like NC State will keep possession here of the ball.
Well, it's going to be another scrum here. NC State's this will be their first or second of the game that they've controlled, and they won a good bit of scrums that they haven't controlled, where UNC has put the ball in. We've all seen a little bit of issues setting things up while we were having our difficulties. And got to give a lot of credit to everybody here at PackTV for working through these circumstances. Again, it's a nice facility to have for rugby, soccer, football, and all that, but broadcasting, it's just not. It's almost like they designed it for none of that to happen, unfortunately.
Looks like we're getting some waters on the field here.
And we're going to have a little bit of
a break.
But Ben, it's a good run from NC State. They had a 12-0 lead, and UNC answered back though quickly, made it 17-7. But since then, NC State has got it done. Ever since it was 12-7, NC State with a try, a conversion to make it 19-7, another try and conversion. UNC's got to answer soon.
See what happens as we get back into play here. Looks like it might still be a little bit. Down here, it's a good night in downtown Raleigh.
Looks like the temperature has gone down just a little bit, down to about 70.
Still a beautiful night for the first day of November. And I'm wearing a short sleeve polo and some khaki shorts in November outside at night. I mean, yeah. Just crazy, crazy weather we've had the past couple of days. Although it's going to cool down a little bit tomorrow, but it hasn't really been that winter or autumn weather that we've expected. But enough with that. Back to the rugby match and right in front of us.
These players have been on the field for just about an hour now. They've got to be getting tired. I'm getting tired just watching. And we'll see here. They train for this.
So on the scrum, it will be played. No stop here. NC State pushing forward ahead, but UNC might have it. They tie up. NC State got it, though. Oh, UNC nearly retook possession. That would have been a little dangerous with all the forwards for NC State ahead, and NC State expected to get possession there. Could have been out of position. Immediate takedown. NC State trying to get the ball back. And they will try to work it out. Again, NC State just chipping away at the UNC defense, making sure they keep possession, forcing a ruck. But now they try to break it out. They go with a little kick forward, and UNC intercepts it. But we have a whistle. And it will go back for NC State.
NC State continuing to find those chinks in UNC's defense. Just able to get through, get around. But UNC still holding strong.
Well, they're doing a good job of just chipping away, forcing little rucks.
A little bit of yardage every time adds up. You start scoring.
So NC State will have to kick it down, and they will kick it out. Force a line out. So we'll have a line out right in front of our camera. As someone thinks they're pretty cool.
That's what you get when you're in downtown Raleigh.
Yeah. Really anywhere in the state of North Carolina. But we have the line out. NC State will look to control off of it once again. And right in front of you. They win with a nice lift. And they will play on. They would try to work it to the weak side. 3 guys over there. Not a lot deep, though, if UNC can get it. But once again, the speed of NC State down the far side to their advantage. And he's going to go all the way for a try.
Another
what
try
a play.
for NC State on this.
And it's 31-7. NC State is pouring it on now. And again, just set play off the line out. NC State had it earlier. They worked the weak side. They're aggressive with it. UNC can't come over to help. And it's 31-7. Fantastic work from NC State. And they're starting to run away with it late here in Raleigh.
Can't quite tell again who scored that try, and we do apologize for that. Looks like it may have been, I'm not sure, I apologize for that. NC State setting back up here. Gonna get the ball again, keep their possession, see if they can.
Well, I know one person it's not. It's not going to be Mateo Kaznav, because he's been kicking from a certain angle from the left side. This will be kicked from the right side.
He's set up for his conversion. Looks like he'll be kicking any second.
Lefty attempt for the conversion. UNC. See if they try a rush.
We'll see if NC State can make it 33-7 here.
And the conversion is no good.
No good.
So we stay at 31-7. Still a 24-point advantage for NC State. And for those of you at home, UNC is going to need to get a try and the conversion 3 times and then have it again. And they've had possession, but NC State is just able to win it back. They've done a fantastic job with it, especially in the second half. It's a very, very nice scoring run, 24-7 in this half alone, as they kick things off and fielded nicely, and getting some extra yardage there was Charlie Howard, as NC State will play it back out. And they try a little push action. And And again, just chipping away slowly at UNC, trying to draw a penalty, draw something they can play off of. Big mantra of NC State's game. And that backwards pass bounces a little bit before NC State can play it. And there's that whistle. And
looking to see who's going to get possession here.
well, something to note as well, the UNC faithful that's traveled out here has quieted down considerably. They were very loud, especially while we were gone, even when we came back. But UNC will kick it for a line out once again. But it is quickly quieted down on this half of the field.
As we've seen, NC State just continues to find those chips in UNC's defense, continuing to just get half yards at a time, adding up over time, working their way down the field. But UNC getting that possession, getting the line out, forcing that for NC State. We'll see who gets possession off of this throw.
So on the line out, UNC trying to get something going offensively here. It's been a struggle since their first and only try of the game. And that struggle looks like it might continue a little bit here. And they work it back after the ruck. And a takedown very nicely from NC State. UNC, though, working towards the near side now. And just had 4 or 5 bodies over there. They're not spaced out too well right now. And that ball was loose at the bottom of that. UNC able to control, though. Waiting for the ruck to end. And they move forward right in front of the UNC faithful. Big take back. Look at the strength from NC State. Now UNC will try to work that short side, running right through the middle. A nice big tackle, though. That was DuPont for NC State. UNC pushes it out now. They're trying to work the far side now. And that ball is loose. King kicked forward. Good opportunity here. Who's going to get it? And it's through the back. Oh, and furious punching the ground several times. One of the UNC players.
Beating himself up over that one.
It would have been a fantastic play, but the defense and just positioning prevented a good try for UNC. And that was UNC's best chance since their only try of the game. They have struggled considerably to get down here. NC State, though, has got to be careful here. Might have been got away with a little bit of offsides there. They've got the ruck just a couple meters in front of their own try zone. Trying to be very careful here again. Looking to kick it out, and they do. Big for NC State. Fielded cleanly, though, and now UNC with a great opportunity. Running forward, trying to get as much as he can. And now with the ruck. Oh, that ball's dropped, and now NC State the other way.
Good recovery.
Couldn't catch the ball, and now the Wolfpack will try to break back out. It's in the hands of Charlie Howard. Howard will go down. And now NC State looks to come the other way, trying to work that weak side once again. It cost UNC 2 times already. They'll kick it deep.
We've been seeing some
UNC's got to hustle back.
Some amazing teamwork from NC State we've been seeing. Just continuing to work down to find those chinks in the armor. And just through that teamwork, passing it along the line. UNC struggling to keep up a little bit here. They just got close there. Couldn't quite make that into a try. We'll see. UNC might be starting to get a little desperate here. Down by 24 with not too much longer left yet. We'll see if they're able to take this, maybe shift the momentum a bit, come back a little bit. We'll see.
On the line out. According to my time, about 8:40 left here in the second half. Of course, there will be some added time, but time's running out for UNC. They're going to get the ball here, but again, NC State's defense just pushing them back. Off the ruck, and not much again. And now a whistle, a little hustling going on at the bottom of that previous ruck. NC State's got to get back.
We're seeing off of those, even those few seconds, NC State with the aggression. UNC maybe looking a little defeated, but don't want to count anyone out. time is running out. We'll see.
UNC will have to kick it for a line out, which is what they do. Just barely getting over there.
It's a good kick. Lots of yardage up the field for UNC here.
So on the line out. UNC setting things up. And they'll work it back. Trying to work that weak side. They'll kick it forward. That's going to go straight out for a line out.
Right into the spectators.
UNC just not clicking on the offensive end.
Now, Nick, we've been seeing some very aggressive plays from NC State here. UNC is struggling a little bit to keep up. Do you think that in these last few minutes or so that we're going to see much more points from either team, or is NC State going to try to just hold it down defensively here?
Well, right now, if you're NC State, you're up pretty big. I think the thing they need to do the most, though, they want point differential. And, you know, if you're going to have a chance for a try, you might as well take it. But at the same time, don't give anything UNC could give. A nice open field tackle, but look at NC State move the other way. Down on the ground. Again, NC State trying to set up that weak side once again. And they try to push the file. A little brotherly shove from NC State. Still going on. Now NC State with possession again after the ruck.
NC State moving upfield fast here.
And they're starting to slow down a little bit. But again, they're going to try to inch their way forward. One step back, 2 steps forward. And now going down the other way. Bowling his way close to that try zone. They're knocking on the door once again. Trying to put the exclamation point on this rivalry win. Not quite there yet. And a whistle right in front of the try zone. NC State, a team that can really get out and score. As you have an injured player from NC State. And so we'll have a bit of a stoppage here with just about 5 minutes remaining before we have, of course, extra added stoppage time.
We'll see here what happens with this down player, but we've been seeing some more big plays from NC State here. Just continuing to push their lead, seeing if they can increase that point differential there.
Hope that he's all right with not too much time remaining.
Play should be starting back up soon.
And he's still down on the ground. NC State getting a extended water break. Might be bringing some reserves on here, and that would be the smart thing to preserve health in a 24-point game.
Looks like our medical team is coming on for NC State. Coach and some players.
Not a good situation here. More bodies quickly ran on.
We'll see what happens here. He's still lying down on the ground. Not yet sat up.
This is a bit of a scary situation here for NC State. Several more bodies keep running out towards that pile. And the injured Wolfpack still on the ground. And it looks like he's able to get to his feet. Good sign for NC State. Looks like it might be a leg injury.
He's getting up off the field. Good on him. That's good. UNC was really commanding in the first few minutes, but then since then we've really seen NC State take control of this game.
And the injured Wolfpack able to hobble off.
After UNC lost their number 10, Ethan West, very early on, they've been struggling a little bit.
Now they lost their leader in tries. I haven't seen him back out on the pitch since. NC State will regain possession here.
Looks like play is about to start up, and we'll see if NC State can continue to push their advantage here. See if they can turn this into another try. Continuing to find those chinks in UNC's armor, continuing to push it down, get it to that weak side.
UNC will kick it away. And, able to keep it in bounds. A very, very nice play. And that was John Scorgiolis. And NC State able to pursue the other way. So from the ruck, NC State looks like they might have another set play off of this. The way some of these bodies are moving, a lot of tired bodies out there as we close in on the final few minutes of this 80-minute match. Bonnie's down again, and another stoppage. And this one's on UNC offsides, I think.
Looks like it. Seeing NC State with the possession back here.
More than likely gonna go for a line out here. UNC able to get set back up, and that's exactly what NC State does. Got it pretty far down there, though. Good positioning on that line out.
We'll see after they throw it back in if they can turn that into another try. Continue to push that. Turn their 24-point lead, make it even higher.
On the final minute before stoppage time now. And just a great performance from NC State. Again, this game was 7-0 at halftime. A lot of back and forth, both teams feeling each other out, but since then, and especially that first minute after half, NC State looked out of sorts, and then suddenly they just worked the weak side, and they found a glaring issue with UNC's defense just working that weak side. They took a 12-0 lead, then a 12-5 lead after UNC answered back, but since then, NC State has put up 19 points. And they have really taken control of this one, only missing their last try. So 3 tries, 2 conversions. As we've hit stoppage time. At the ruck, here comes NC State once again. Taken down, right in front.
Last year, the score at the end of the game was 34, NC State to 7. And
NC State coming the other way, working the weak side again. And a try.
And it looks like we might be topping that this year. We'll see. After stoppage time, what happens?
Oh, it's from the far angle. And it is a try for NC State, just piling it on, 36-7.
Just keeping that momentum, continuing to work it to the weak side, has just really been working out for them.
NC State just ran away with this game in the second half, Ben. They really did a fantastic job just picking up on what UNC was doing, made some good halftime adjustments. Again, it was just a 7-0 game at halftime, but we're up to 36-7 now, and a potential for 38-7 as NC State looks to improve their record. They'll bring another reserve on, it looks like. Well, the conversion attempt after the try from the lefty kicker.
We'll see if he's able to get it here.
And this one is looks like a little short. And no good.
Just a bit short from number 10, Mateo, for NC State.
We stay at 36-7. Not too much time left. We did have a couple injuries and a lot of tries with conversions. And UNC once again will kick it back off to NC State. Kicked right over here, a very high kick. UNC might be able to get possession back. A beautiful catch though. That was made by Charlie Howard. And some whistles for stoppage. And a penalty on UNC, and their fans not too happy with it. So NC State will break it back out. Just going to go for a line out. Kick it as far down as they can to get good field positioning. And they did a pretty good job going it to the linesman. We'll get it into UNC's half of the field.
Looks to be right about on UNC's 22-meter line. And we'll see from this line out what transpires. Night still feeling good. Air's clear, not too humid.
Off the line out, and NC State will possess cleanly, but it's intercepted, and here comes UNC the other way. Burrowing down the field off the beautiful interception was Wilson Major. May scrum for it. UNC and NC State. Who's going to win the strength battle? Still going on. NC State came away with it. Ball's loose. NC State able to get it out via a ruck.
What a pushing match.
The players starting to get into it a little bit too. Motion's running a little high now. NC State trying to just chew the rest of the game clock out. And a miscue from NC State. Kicked forward by UNC, but NC State wins it back. And NC State actually gained some field position off of that. And
Looks like
kicked forward, and this one will go out for a side out.
Looks like the ball is back on UNC's side of the field. Made a little visit to NC State's, and now back to UNC.
Well, it was a very good play by Wilson Major for UNC, the junior from Myers Park High School, who, by the way, all AC honor roll, and a little fun fact, New Hampshire Type C boating license for Wilson Major. So this is his 5th game played. As we get set for the side out. Okay, shouldn't have too much time left in this one with the stoppages. On the side out, goes to a ruck. And they'll scrum forward again. NC State trying to move as forward as they can. There's some action ahead of the scrum. Bodies going down. Referee just sends play on, no advantage given. And now NC State the other way with speed. Toss forward, it looked like almost. UNC gets it, advantage being given. And now it's the Heels with it on the ruck. And they'll kick it looking for a side out. That ball's not going to get there. And it took a bounce, back in bounds. They fight for it. Big collision. Ooh. Dangerous takedown. Chase Gall was fighting for it. He went down awkwardly. He's able to win it back. They fight for it on the ruck. 2 players going at it now. And they're starting to fight.
There's a fight.
We got a fight right in front of us, and a punch was thrown. It was Damian Pisecki for NC State, and it was Drew Bloom for UNC. Bloom, the one that threw the punch right in front of the UNC spectators. Frustration starting to boil over. Another body pushed over from NC State to UNC, but UNC the other way. They just going to capitalize. And we'll have a stoppage And that will do it.
That's the game.
NC State is victorious over their Tobacco Road arch rivals, the UNC Tar Heels, 36-7. As we saw the emotions get very hot towards the end in the final game of this regular season, with the Wolfpack coming out with a victory, 36-7, in a game that, just 7-0 at the half, but NC State really took control of things in that second half, Ben.
We saw some aggression from NC State just coming out right after that second half. They looked a little bit frazzled immediately, but then they got back right into it, started working as a team, passing it along the line, finding those chinks in UNC's armor, and racking up that score all the way to 36. We just kept seeing NC State pushing their aggression, pushing their favor. Just kept racking that up.
It was a good game plan in the second half for NC State, and they used some of their speed to their abilities, as well as just working that weak side. As we get the handshakes here for the final. Once again, final score 36-7. NC State on top of UNC. And thank you for joining us here on PackTV, and we hope you have a great rest of your night.